Welcome to Fact Check Friday, the Trauma Edition. Hello, bright souls. Welcome back to Fact Check Friday. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. Thank you for coming back and joining me for another podcast. I am so excited, bright souls. It is Friday. I hope you had a great week, and I hope that my podcast is definitely inspiring you to want to progress forward in your life, because that's what I'm here to do. I want to make sure that I empower you to be the best version of yourself, because we are fearfully and wonderfully made by God, our Creator. So let's get to the point. We are talking about the truth behind the mask. Now, bright souls, on Wednesday, we talked about the masks we wear. So today we're going to go just a little bit deeper, because here's the truth. You didn't choose the mask. You didn't choose it. Trauma chose it for you. And if you don't understand the truth behind it, then you'll keep treating the mask like it's your identity. And wearing these masks is not who you are. It's not. So let's get real. Wearing a mask means you are strong and in control. No, that's a myth. The mask is a trauma response and not a personality trait. There are 10 different masks that we wear because it was built as a survival mechanism. The honest fact is, you didn't wake up one day and decide to pretend to be fine. Who wants to pretend to be fine? We all want to be fine, right? We all want to live in a way that we're okay with who we are. However, as a survivor, the mask was built in childhood when you had no safe place to fall apart. So, here's the truth. Kids without emotionally present parents learn to hide their needs. The brain creates protective identities, and those identities follow you into a childhood until you interrupt them. I'm going to go over 10 different masks. See which one you fall into. 1, the strong one. Never ask for help. Carries everyone's burden. Learn early that vulnerability wasn't safe. 2, the overachiever. Performs for love, believes worth equals productivity. Grew up trying to earn approval. 3, the peacemaker. Avoids conflict at all costs. Shrinks himself to keep the peace. Learn that anger or need causes chaos. 4, the hyper independent one. I don't need anyone. Handles everything alone. Built from abandonment or unreliable caregivers. The caregiver becomes the emotional parent, takes care of everyone else's needs first. Learn that love equals service, not present. The chameleon adapts to every room, changes personality to stay accepted. Learn that authenticity wasn't safe. The invisible one stays quiet, small, unnoticed. Avoids drawing attention. Learn that being seen led to rejection or criticism. The perfectionist must get everything right. Terrified of mistakes. Learn that love was conditional. The comedian uses humor to deflect pain, keeps things light to avoid vulnerability. Learn that emotions weren't welcome. And 10, the over-responsible one. Acts like the adult even as a child. Feels responsible for everyone's emotion. Learn that chaos required them to grow up early. I'm going to incorporate a scripture in this that I want you to meditate on. It's 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7 out of the Message Bible. And it says, "But God told Samuel, looks aren't everything. Don't be impressed with his looks and stature. I've already eliminated him. God judges people differently than humans do. Men and women look at the face. God looks into the heart." You see, the hardest part of wearing a mask is taking it off and facing the truth. The biblical true definition of authenticity is deep within the heart. It's not about what you do. It's not about how you do it. It's not about what you look like, but it's about what is on the inside of you. And the only way to reveal what's on the inside of you and your true identity as God sees it is let go and take off the mask. Take it off. Here's fact check number 2. Fight mode feels normal when you grew up in chaos. In my last episode, I talked about getting a massage and my body wouldn't relax during the massage, and there was a lot of tension in my body. That wasn't tension, it was trauma because I stay in fight mode. And the truth of the matter is, chronic fight mode rewires your nervous system. It is found in every part of your body. It is found when you go and get tested for your cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure. If you are not normalizing your nervous system, all of those numbers are going to be out of whack because you are in hyper mode. That hyper mode looks like hyper independent, hyper alert, hyper responsible. It's funny, I went to a doctor's appointment years ago, and this is when I was first diagnosed with having diabetes. And the doctor said, "You have nothing else but diabetes. That's unusual. What kind of stress is in your life?" And I laughed at her. I said, "What kind of stress? I was born in stress." And she began to explain to me that a lot of times the diseases that show up in our body isn't because we weren't eating right, we weren't taking care of ourselves. It is because of our environment. So your body responds to the environment you're in regardless of what you tell yourself. So if you tell yourself that you're fine, your body's like, no, we're not. Okay. And I'm going to show you. And a lot of times that comes out also in just normal exhaustion, being tired. I went to go get my blood drawn. I'm sorry, I'm telling you my medical business, but I went to go get my blood drawn just the other day. And the young lady was like, "I am just so tired. I'm just so exhausted. I feel like I'm in survivor mode." And I wanted to just go into this deep talk with her about, yeah, you probably are, but I didn't have enough time, and there was a lot of people in the lobby, but it just goes to show we know that we're in survival mode and our body shows up being tired and exhausted, and we just want a break. That is why the "I'm fine" mask feels so natural, but your body is bracing for the impact since your childhood. It is bracing for that moment of what is getting ready to happen next. It is constantly staying in that fight mode. So there's an article that you can find. I'm going to have the link below. It's called fight, flight, attachment, cry, or freeze, adult responses to childhood trauma. And Dr. Patricia Turner explains that many adults react strongly to stress. And that comes out in anger, it comes out in anxiety, shutdown, or clinginess. And because our nervous system was shaped in childhood to survive in unsafe environments, then when we become adults, that comes out in these type of characteristics. When children don't receive good enough parenting, and that parenting is consistent care, emotional availability, protection, then our nervous system never learns to stay calm and regulated. It never learns to regulate between fight and flight. Fight is anger and defensiveness. Flight is anxiety and avoidance. It never learns what is actually what. It stays in that one mode. So attachment cry is actually panic. It's reaching for assurance. When you don't feel like you're being reassured, it comes out. So did I do this right? Am I doing this okay? I don't feel like I'm doing my job right. I don't feel like I'm doing my life right. Am I always looking for someone to reassure that you're doing something right? And freeze is just shutting down. That's it. Numbness. I'm not going to feel. I'm not going to address it. I'm just going to shut down, cut you off. That's it. That's how I'm going to deal with it. And these responses happen automatically, and it's actually outside of our conscious control. Now, some things do happen consciously. We choose, but we do it because of our childhood, because of the things that we experienced when we were younger. And the body automatically decides, hey, this is the way that we're going to try to stay safe, and I'm going to protect you. And we rationalize that. Dr. Turner emphasizes that these patterns are not personality flaws. They are survival strategies. And they were formed in childhood, and they will continue until healing begins. Dr. Patricia teaches something powerful. When you grow up without consistent safety, your nervous system learns to live in survival mode. Not because you're dramatic, not because you're broken, but because your body was trained to protect you. The truth of the matter is, children who don't receive a good enough parenting never learn to stay calm and regulated. Their nervous system becomes wired for hyperarousal, and that's why, as an adult, you jump into anger, anxiety, shutdown. This is just a recap. These reactions are automatic survival responses. I want you to understand that. These are survival responses. Fight mode, flight mode, the attachment cry, freeze. This is what the tools your childhood gave you to protect yourself. This is why the I'm fine mask feels natural. And if you grew up in a chronic threat, neglect, emotional absence, chaos, or instability, your nervous system learned to move between these states very quickly. It did not have time to adapt. Once you thought you felt calm and safe, then automatically something happened. An emotional break had happened, and it caused you to quickly move to something else. So you did not have that consistent stability. These are the patterns you struggle with today. And we have to learn how to deal with them intelligently, because the body overrides what is happening automatically. The third fact is the mask blocks connection, not rejection. You think that the mask protects you from rejection, but it actually protects you from connection. So you can't receive love while pretending you don't need it. You can't build community while hiding your truth. And you can't be supported while performing that you're strong. The mask keeps you lonely and not safe. So all of those emotions that you're trying to get through and trying to work out, what it's actually doing is not only hurting you on the inside, but it's hurting you on the outside too. So to be honest at this moment with you, this is my hardest and most vulnerable fact check. I have a very hard time connecting with people. I know how to be that comedian. I know how to be that perfectionist. I know how to wear the mask. And I said that before, I alternate between masks. I know how to do that. But when it comes to connecting and feeling vulnerable before people and getting close to people, it is the hardest thing to do. But what I have learned is if I don't accept this and I don't work on it, it disconnects me from love, it disconnects me from community, and it disconnects me from the support that I need in order to live in this chaotic, crazy world that we are living in. I don't have everything under control. You don't have everything under control. God created other people so that we can connect and we can help each other, because guess what? When one falls and someone there is there to help us up, it's a blessing. But when we fall and we're by ourselves, woe, the Bible says, woe to him. Watch out. So we don't want to be in a place where we're by ourselves and we are alone. And besides, we're constantly giving. So we want to be blessed. If we're constantly blessing others and being that one to support other people, doesn't it feel good when you're blessed? When someone thinks about you, you don't want to block your blessing. You want to make sure that you have true love in your life. You have constant, true friendships and relationships that are authentic and that supports you being your true, authentic self. In order to get there, it's a process. There is a process to this. You don't just jump into it. A lot of times we jump into relationships and we don't vet those relationships, and they are bad relationships and they're based on how we are at the time, and it causes more harm to us than it does help. So the first step is identifying you, taking care of your emotional support, getting therapy. You have to get therapy. You have to go deep to find out what the masks are and identify the masks that started from childhood, so you can break hiding behind the mask and start building a true, authentic lifestyle and creating true, authentic relationships. Bryce, so the mask didn't start in adulthood. You have to understand that. It started the moment you realized no one was coming to save you. And when that happened, the truth is, abandonment teaches self-protection. You learn to do everything on your own because no one showed up when you needed help. You don't trust people to follow through. You keep yourself guarded in relationships. You double check everything because you're planning for the worst. It teaches you to be silent because you were neglected. You learn not to express your feelings. You don't share your needs. You apologize for bothering other people. You stay quiet in conflict. And it teaches you how to shrink back. So you downplay your accomplishments, you make yourself small, you avoid taking up space, you hide your gifts. It teaches you not to be seen, not to show your true personality and your identity. You're afraid that someone will get angry because you are being who you are. You self-sabotage and you learn not to connect. And see, what this is doing is protecting the child you were. You're not guarding the grown version of you. You're guarding the little child within you, the one that never felt safe. Healing requires talking to that little child in you. Healing requires telling that child in you that you deserve better. You survived. You are safe now. And until you do, that mask is going to stay glued on. So how do you start taking the mask off? You have to notice it. You have to notice it. People, in a way, tell you. They tell you in their comments, in their passive aggressiveness, they will say things like, I don't know anything about you. Oh, well, you're so quiet. You're reserved. Oh, you're so aggressive. Why are you defensive all the time? And those are clues. Don't get mad because that's who you're showing the people. Don't go back and say, well, they don't get me. They don't understand me. No, they don't, because you're wearing a mask that doesn't reveal who you truly are. So understand, what is it that triggers this? I want you to get your journal. I want you to get your Bright Soul journal, and I want you to answer 3 of these questions. Not right now, but as you go through your next few weeks, I want you to ask yourself, who triggers the mask to come out? Which one do you fall into, and who triggers it? What situation brings out these masks? And what expectations do you have? If you are a comedian, do you expect people just to kind of laugh through it and not truly address your problems, but then you expect people to come back and ask you how you're feeling? Let's talk about that. What are your expectations? Because a lot of times we hide behind these masks as a perfectionist and wanting to get everything right, as the person who is the responsible one and taking on everyone's emotions. But then we turn around and we say, well, nobody's helping me. I'm doing this on my own. I feel like I'm leading the charge. I feel like I can't catch a break. Well, have you given people the opportunity to? What is your expectation? Second thing I want you to do, I want you to pause and breathe. I want you to learn how to bring your body back to the present when you are stuck in one of those mask situations. When you start feeling that anxiety building up, when you start feeling like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm going to go crazy. When you start feeling like, you know what, I'm just going to explode. I want you to pause. I want you to close your eyes in the moment, in that very moment. And I want you to bring yourself back to the present. And while you're standing there bringing yourself back to the present, I don't care if you're in your office and the boss is going off and saying, you need to have this done, you need to have that done. You are only one person. And you have to tell yourself the truth. I am only one person. I can only do one thing. I can only do so much. You may not be one thing. I can only do so much. I am not Superman. I'm not Superwoman. I don't have to perform to be loved. And then I want you to let God speak to your identity. You are loved. You are safe. You are His masterpiece. If you need help, I want you to be honest. I want you to be able to express, I need help. Today is a hard day. I'm not okay right now. Or even, I got this. I'm proud of myself today. I'm doing great. However you're feeling in the moment, that's what I need for you to take hold of. If you're not doing good, I don't want you to say, oh, I got this, I can do it. You stand up and say, I need some help. I can't do all of this by myself. How can you help me? Bright Soul, the mask helped you to survive, but it cannot help you to heal. We cannot continuously be in survival mode. We have to learn how to stand up and speak out and be the special agent of our life. Take ownership of our life. God is calling you into authenticity. He's calling you into community, and He's calling you into truth. You don't have to hide anymore. You don't have to perform anymore, and you don't have to be strong all the time. That is not for you. To live your best life, you are going to have to be truthful. You're just going to have to do it. I know it's hard. I know it's going to take you some time to get there. And that's okay. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help walk you through it. I want you to do something with me. I want you to practice your breathing. I want you to, at this moment, if you're listening to my voice, I want you to close your eyes. Hopefully you're not driving. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. But I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath with me. And on the inhale, I want you to say, I am safe. And on the exhale, I want you to say, I am seen. I am God's masterpiece. I am loved. You see, if we don't take a moment, just a moment, to breathe and to be in the present, then we cannot heal. You have to take off the mask, and you have to become your true, authentic self. The world needs the true you. Until next time, Bright Soul. Hey, Bright Souls. I hope today's episode really blessed you. If so, would you take 30 seconds and leave me a review on Apple Podcasts? It lets me know you want more. And also share it with your friends and family who need a little light in their life. Do not forget to get your Bright Soul Journal. You can get it at my webpage at 9crownsofgrace.life or click the link below to get yours today. Until we meet again the next episode next week, let your soul breathe. Bye for now.